mga kadonatics, 61 Black American ang nagpare sa isang subdivision sa Cebu. Mapanood nyo itong video na to. Nakaka-alarma talaga. Bakit? Para silang mga kulto na something like an organized terrorist at the same time. May flag pa sila na it looks like a flag of a terrorist, like an ISIS, pero hindi clear dito. But nakaka-alarma talaga mga kadonatics. And sabi pa sa balita, they're doing this for the sake of their religion. At ang sabi naman ng local authorities, there's nothing to worry about. Pero kung makita mo tong video na to, it looks like a propaganda and there is something like anomaly behind. Well, let's watch the video na lang.
Nilinaw ng Minglanilla Municipal Police Station na walang dapat ikabahala ang mga residente ng isang subdivision hinggil sa video kung saan makikita ang grupo ng ibang mga lahi na nakasuot ng itim habang naglalakad. Sa panayam ng Brigada News FM Cebu kay Police Major Mark Don Alfred Lianza, OIC ng Minglanilla PNP, sinabi nito na nakausap niya ang leader ng grupo na isang American national na nakatira sa naturang subdivision. Ipinaliwanag umano nito na nagsagawa lang sila ng activity kaugnay ng kanilang paniniwala sa Biblia at noong nakunan sila ng video, iyon ang araw na tinatawag nilang sad time kaya sila nakasuot ng itim. Humingi ito ng dispensa sa publiko, lalong-lalo na sa mga residente ng Minglanilla sa naidulot nilang pangamba. Sinabi nito na under renovation ang kanilang place of worship sa Talisay City, kaya temporaryo muna nilang isinagawa ang activity sa naturang subdivision kung saan nakatira rin ang iilan sa kanilang mga miyembro. Dagdag pa ng nasabing leader, nasa 61 na miyembro ang lumahok sa nasabing activity kung saan karamihan nito ay mga Black American.
I don't discriminate, but it looks like a threat. Kita mo naman, ewan ko kung ano klaseng religion ang meron sila, pero from the way they look, it doesn't sound good. Forgive me, it's so hard to judge the book by its cover, but sometimes there are things that it can be judged by the first look. And maybe isa to sa mga ganito. Remember the Marawi siege? Hindi natin alam na naka-organize na pala yung terrorist doon. Nalaman na lang natin when they're already started. It's alarming talaga. Alam nyo ba sa Pilipinas, may 22 or more kabinete ang meron tayo. Ngayon mga kadonatics, may isa namang kabinete ni Marcos ang nag-resign. At masusurprise kayo dito mga kadonatics kasi 10 na sa kanyang kabinete ang nag-resign since 2022. And this month alone, February to March, may 3 na ang nag-resign. Ngayon lang, si Ivan Oy ng Secretary ng Department of Information Communication Technology. Nako mga kadonatics, bakit sila nagsilayasa na sa Marcos administration? I really don't understand. Mukhang may stirred up na ang nangyayari. Nako naman mga kadonatics. At alam nyo ba, isa sa kabinete niya ang nag-resign noon? Si Attorney Vic Rodriguez at si Trixie Angeles. Ngayon, nagiging anti-administration sila. They know something we don't. 10 na sa gabinete niya ang nag-resign. Nako, dapat maalarma na si Bongbong nito. Ano kaya talaga ang nangyayari? Well, watch the video na lang.
Another official quits from the Marcos Jr. cabinet. Malacanang announced on Thursday the resignation of Information and Communications Tech Secretary Ivan Uy. Presidential Communications Undersecretary Claire Castro says the chief executive accepted Uy's resignation but has yet to appoint his replacement. No reason was given for Uy's resignation, which follows that of Transportation Secretary Jaime Bautista and Presidential Communications Secretary Cesar Chavez. Philippine President Marcos.
Oh no. Ang sa transportation na si Bautista, and then yung sa Presidential Communication, and then yung sa Presidential Communication na si Cesar Chavez. Ano kaya ang meron talaga, admin? You know what happened kung may makikita tayong oarfish na nasa seashore na, napadpad na sa shallow water? And that's the sign that there is something wrong in the deep sea. Yung bago lang talaga na, ano yung klaseng fish na yun na parang monster? Napadpad. So lumalabas yan sila at pupunta sa surface kung may hindi magandang nangyayari sa ibaba. I'm not trying to connect, but it looks like this is what is happening right now. Nako mga kadonatics, ano kaya? Ngayon, si BBM nagiging engineer, architect na. At alam niyo ba yung bago lang na nag-collapse na bridge, pinuntahan agad ni Marcos. Remember? 1.2 billion ang gastos niyan. Pero yung flood control niya, ni hindi niya mabisita. At alam niyo ba kung sino ang na-blame nito? Well, ang Duterte administration. Kasi 99% gawa yan sa Duterte administration. Well, we all know na 2014 pa nag-start ang construction yan. Bakit atat na atat si BBM na i-check talaga? Bakit nagdadala pa ng media? Dahil ba under sa Build program? May mensahe at ang gusto iparating to si BBM sa mga Duterte supporters? Or who knows? Let's continue.
Marcos Jr. blames a design flaw for the collapse of a newly opened bridge in Isabela province. He now wants a thorough inspection of the country's bridges, particularly those built during the Duterte administration.
25 years. But since the bridge linking the two towns collapsed, Tiboy has lost his main source of income. Tiboy says it is difficult to make a profit as the usual 15-minute trip via the bridge has now stretched to nearly an hour-long ride, as motorists have to make do with a narrow dirt road.
Pati nung open yung tulay, kahit 70 pesos lang ihatid na namin. Ngayon, kahit 100, hindi na namin ibibiyahe. Parang nakakapagod din magbiyahe pag gaganyan. Yung mga mahirap yung daanan.
Construction worker Brian will not earn for 2 weeks as he recuperates from the injuries he sustained when their vehicle fell along with the collapsed portion of the bridge.
Ang ganda ng bridge, sabi pa namin na ganito na, ganda ng bridge, pang quality, pang tourist spot, sabi, maya-maya, bumagsak.
Marcos Jr. says a design flaw is to blame for the mishap that has affected the livelihoods of hundreds of residents living in Cambagan and Santa Maria.
This is supposed to be a suspension bridge, nakasabit. Ganyan yung arko na ganyan, tapos yung bridge suportado ng kable. Ito lang ang suspension bridge na nakita ko sa buong mundo na hindi kable. At yan na mismo ang bumigay. Ayan o. Diyan bumigay yung bakal. Kung kable yan, hindi dapat bumigay yan.
The president claims the original proposal was to construct a 1.8 billion peso suspension bridge in 2014 and complete the project by 2019. But the project cost was slashed by about half to 900 million pesos, a price tag which eventually rose to 1.2 billion pesos as the government had to repair the bridge even before its opening.
Merong nangyari dyan noon. So, nireview uli ng isang third party. Nag-tilt na.
The contractor says Pier 8 or the 8th post of the bridge slightly tilted, but he denies that it was due to the use of substandard materials, a claim which the president supports.
Yun lang, yung specifications mali. So yung nagtitipid natin sa 1.8 million, useless. Ngayon, babalik na naman tayo, gagastos na naman tayo ng malaki. Papalitan natin yung mga support, parang nagtayo na naman tayo ng...
When asked who should be held liable for this faulty project, President says,
I always have a saying, fix the problem, not the blame. Ayusin muna natin yung problema. Believe me, we will find out who is responsible. Who is responsible is basically who made the design.
Well, sabihin mo na lang kay Duterte. Eh, nako, yung spokesperson mo na, nagsabi, ito.
Malacanang says 90% of the bridge was constructed during the Duterte administration, adding authorities need to find out why the project was given a go signal, even if there were already flaws in its design. A thorough inspection of all bridges in the country will also be done, especially those constructed under the Duterte administration.
Sinabi pa rin po niya na yung dapat managot. Yun po, ang unang-una po syempre gagawin ng administrasyon, imbestigahan po ito. Imbestigahan, mula lang ito ay magkaroon ng design, up to the time kung bakit pa ito itinuloy kung hindi na magandang i-design noong 2014. Bakit tinapos pa ito sa panahon ni dating Pangulong Duterte at sinasabi pa nilang Duterte legacy ito.
nako, wala dang... Eto na, yung presidential dog mo na ang nagsalita na blame the Duterte. No direct word, but of course, the sense is there. Ay, nako. Nako, gising-gising din Marcos. Imbestigahan yung nagparade sa Cebu. Nakaalarma yun. Puro foreigner. And then, yung mga suot nila parang kulto na something like an organized terrorist. Dapat imbestigahan yan. Hindi mag-rely sa local authorities doon. Nako. Anyway, mga Kadonatics, thank you so much if nakarating ka hanggang dulo because you are so lucky.